What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Q1, and I am back with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 13, Episode 12, Hispanyolo. That's the name of the episode. Before I start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure you like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm. Okay? So let's just hop right on in. Because I'm going to tell y'all now who got on my nerves the most. Ashley, Spice, and Zane. Okay? This trip was a bust. We needed more people. Anyway, so some of the gang, meaning Ashley, 24, Selma, and what's his name? Zane. That's it, Zane. They finally make it to Puerto Rico. And Zane just running his mouth talking about he need a mommy to rub on him. Sir, you so disrespectful. Like, you so disrespectful. Anyway, 24 Hours said that he repeated again how it's him and Selma's anniversary. Basically, and how they're gonna try, they're gonna make the most of this trip. They would just want to celebrate low key and, be on some good time stuff, right? So when did Spice and Carly become friends? Like, I was looking at them like, girl, get the fuck. And the way I roll my eyes, because I feel like you two are only friends because none of the rest of y'all friends are on this trip where y'all can go separate with y'all friends. So at this point, this little fake ass friendship for me is just convenient. It is what it is. So Spice, Carly, Erica, Scrappy, they came together to Puerto Rico. So they had this little insider on their van. Just keep that in the back of y'all mind. So Kurt and Rashida will not be attending. Okay. And Mendeecees arrives alone. He apparently Yandy is in Greece somewhere on a work trip. You know what? It's not even my business. Girl, live your best life. If you over there meeting your other man, your man, even though I can't stand that saying, I'm not mad at it. So it is what it is. So I'm sorry, not Scrappy, Erica, Spice, and what's her name? Carly, they're in a room together. So Spice was like, what's the other, asking what the other lady's name. So Erica big back ass gonna say Salmon. But you know that lady name. Like, don't even try to play that girl like that. Talking about some Salmon. Girl, you and your raggedy ass BBL gonna have to get out of my face and go somewhere. Cause you got too much dip on your chip. Like, you're not even popping like that, and you got way too much dip on your chip for me. I like you when I like you, but this, you being a messy bitch. Okay? So, back in Atlanta, Mama D invites Sierra to come over because she wanted to work with Sierra with her ghetto girl eats, and so, she went over there and she was like, I just don't want Bambi to feel away. Girl, that girl not gonna feel away. She don't care like that. Like, she care, but I feel like when it comes to make money, Bambi, for me, I feel like Bambi has a level of understanding where she's not even worried about that. Whatever. So Mama D claims she's concerned about Bambi when she found out Bambi and Ray Raggedy ass, separated. And Mama D says she don't like being in mess between her and Bambi, but you have inserted yourself in mess between you and Bambi over and over and over. You have done so much to this lady. Like, yeah, y'all done stuff to each other, but I feel like in Bambi's case, everything she said to you was a response to all the bullshit you and your harem of people did with her. I guess your do girl Erica must not be available. So now you want to make good and do right by Bambi under the guise of the grandkids. Those grandkids been here for quite some time, and you still chose to be an asshole to Bambi. I just want to point that out. So Sierra knew who to direct all of this information to, so she chose the right person, which was Mama D. She told Mama D about her brother-in-law sleeping with Selma. And she was like, well, I didn't want to be the one to say it because I don't know her like that. And I feel like somebody who know her should tell her. And of course, with Mama D, everybody's family. Well, 24 is like family to me. And okay, Mama D, fine. So back over in Mexico, Medici, Scrappy, and Zane, they're outside talking. Zane is wondering why Yandy isn't on a trip or whatever. You know, she out here living her best life. Once again, Zane, mind the business that pays you. Okay? So then Scrappy tells the boys that they asked, where is Brittany? And he was like, well, she not gonna be here because Selma blurted out the stuff that Shakira said about her and Scrappy sleeping together. And I'm just like, once again, you have Scrappy who failed to take accountability because it was you who stuck your Zeke in Shakira over and over and over while you was with Brittany, and she put it out there. And you're mad, but you need somebody to blame except for blaming yourself. When I tell y'all Daryl is trash, he is trash. Alright? So, Zane asked if, I basically trying to ask for advice. If one of your girls was acting out, what would, and basically if she's sleeping with somebody, hanging, and somebody said she was doing something with somebody, would you want to know? And Mendices was like, well, yeah, he would want to know. Scrappy said, no, of course you wouldn't, Daryl, because your ego couldn't handle it. Lord forbid somebody stepped out on you. Anyway, he tells them that it was Selma or whatever. And I was like, him and his wife belong together. So Scrappy was in his confessional and he said, I ain't never thought, I'm paraphrasing y'all, I ain't never thought that I could ever meet somebody as messier as Carly Red. But Zane is messy. He's a messy little man. And he is. Between him and his wife, they belong together because all they do is stir up mess. I feel like they're a production's puppet as usual, and they're willing to be used to be on the show to get whatever scraps they can get. And then y'all still not even main characters. Y'all are still friends of, which is insane to me. So Sierra meets up with Bambi. Bambi compliments Sierra, telling her how good she looked. She looked like, basically she's glowing versus when we seen Sierra and she was going through the thick of things. So Sierra realized at that time she was in a dark place, and she's like, now I'm just on my healing journey, yada, yada, yada. So Bambi bring up the conversation that she had a few days ago with Bambi, where she told Bambi Ray told her that Zay was the one that told him about the information, and she said that her behavior, like, it was a lot, like you were very defensive. And so Sierra takes this moment to apologize for her behavior, and Bambi feels like, as a friend group, we really need to work on communicating better. And so, they agreed. So Sierra tells Bambi that Mama D wants to reconnect with her for the sake of the kids. Bambi was like, so now she want to connect with me. Now she want to play nice with me. Like, And then she was like, so now the kids matter. And I'm not mad at Bambi, because Mama D tried to put this lady through hell and hot water, but she kept swimming. Even when she had to go toe to toe with them, she still kept swimming. So Bambi tells Sierra, you don't know what they put me through. You only see the outer. You didn't know the stuff that I really had to go through with them. And so she started to tear up. And in this moment, you can see that Bambi, the hurt, and it feels like this is the frustration that she's been wanting to get out, and she got it out in a matter of tears. If you ask me. But nobody's asking me. So Bambi said, people don't know how much she went through with Mama D, Scrappy, with all of them. With all of it. She said they wanted her to crash out, but I didn't. She said that she don't think Mama D has changed. Neither do I. So Sierra was like, listen, just meet up with her and just see. That's all you can do is try and see. Bambi was like, all right, I'll meet up with Mama D, but if everything go left, I'm coming back over here to Ghetto Girl eats and knocking shit over. Okay. So we get back to Mexico. Ashley, messy as a mother. Okay. Talking about, asking what's her name, Carly and Erica, oh, do y'all know what Yandy is? Girl, you know exactly what Yandy is. Like, stop being messy. Stop. Even to the messiest people, everybody know what you're doing in this moment. So Spice walks up. She acts funny towards Ashley. So Spice and Carly take their insider that they all had shared in a car and bring it to the table. Now Ashley don't know what they're talking about, so immediately Ashley has this defense up because she think that they talking about her, and it was like, no, it ain't like that. But no, you know that she's not in on y'all insider. So yeah, y'all are shunning her. Y'all are shunning her. I can see that, and I'm not even like, y'all are shunning her. So now she's on defense. So she asks like, Ashley asks, oh, no, not that. So I think in this moment she apologized to Spice. She was like, I don't know what's going on between me and you, but of course Spice came up there on some weird energy. But the reason why Spice, and I don't think it even have nothing to do with Ashley. Yeah, Ashley asked that question, but you can't be that mad with Ashley for a question she asked. You don't really fool with her like that, and you do act like you better. Like, Spice has this way of want to grandstand now since the Smurf looking hoe is, I guess, up there. I don't like her, and I don't see it for Spice, and I never will. Not ever in this life. So Ashley takes this moment to apologize to Spice. Why? I don't know. But if you don't have a problem with her, why you have this energy towards Ashley? That's what was aggravating me about Spice. You wanted to have a problem with her. So you wanted to stay on this stank superior energy that you was on because you knew it was going to piss her off. I'm just saying, I feel like Spice energy lit the match. And she knew Ashley was easy enough to go for the bait, and Ashley was going to say something. So let's not even play this game, right? So she told Ashley, listen, we don't need to talk about this right now. Girl, you, like, when I tell y'all I don't like Spice, I don't. But Ashley walked off. She went to her husband. She was like, I don't like all this energy. They on some bullshit. I agree. But that still does not take, it still doesn't mean that you didn't contribute to the bullshit either. Because you very well did. Like, with your messy ass. So, Ashley then takes this moment to ask Mendices why Yandy didn't come. Girl, like, if this man if he doesn't want to talk about it, if he wanted y'all to know, he would have just told y'all up front. If Yandy wanted y'all to know, he would have told y'all up front. I thought he said that Yandy was in Greece. Why are you asking him when you know she's in Greece? You know she's somewhere else. So why are you even asking Mendices? Like, leave that shit alone. That aggravated me. So Zane told Mendices, talking about Yandy ain't in Greece by herself. You know what? These two piss me off. Like, can y'all two really mind y'all business? Y'all really trying hard to vie for a spot on this show. And it shows. Anyway, Erica went to go have a conversation with Ashley. Ashley was like, I don't know what's going on between Spice. Last time we had a conversation, we was at the retreat, and I asked her what mother sucker meant. And, you know, they had their little squabble from there. And so she was like, you know, kind of speeding Erica up on the other things that her and Spice, what happened between her and Spice. But the last thing that happened was them at the retreat. And again, Spice is really mad because she felt like Ashley was playing in her face and was taking up for Bambi. And that's all that's about. That's why you got that energy towards her. You're going to sit here and act like your raggedy ass don't. And you did. So, as Erica, she decided to say, well, Spice was being, in her confessional, was being shady towards Ashley. She feel like, but I feel like Ashley is taking things a bit personal, but I understand both sides. No, you might understand both sides, but like you are just like Spice, which is why you hang around Spice. Because y'all are two peas in a pod. Y'all have this stank ass energy about y'all where y'all think y'all so above and everybody else is beneath y'all and y'all fucking BBLs. Okay? You don't want to hold your friend accountable. And that's just what it is. Spice be coming up here with some negative behavior. Her energy is stank everything up. Why is she here? Ho, why is you here? Why is you here, ho? Like, I don't like Spice. And I feel like this needs to be her last season. If you're so above and if you're so celebrity and all of that, and I'm not shitting on her, then why are you here? You can go. You can go. You can go. I don't see it for her. I just don't. Like, and this right here shows that y'all would never hold Spice accountable, which was Bambi's biggest issue. Nobody holds Spice accountable. I don't know why. So Bambi goes toe to toe with Spice, and I'm not mad at that. So I feel like I see where this trip gonna go. I feel like Spice is only friends with Carly because she's available in the moment, and none of those other friends ain't there, as I stated. And you know, it's finna be her and Ashley. Anyway, Bambi meets up with Mama D. Mama D says she know and the Bam haven't been in the best relationship. Mama D, whose fault is that? You have always inserted yourself in your son's relationships with any women that he's gotten involved with. You're now cool with all of the other women. I guess now they're in a space where, oh, it's okay. Well, with the first baby mama. So now she's okay with you being okay. Is that what that is? With you being okay with baby mama number 2? Okay. But she said since Bambi breakup, she's been worried. Have you though? Like, there's a little part of me that wants to believe Mama D, but I also feel like Mama D on bullshit. She been on bullshit. You haven't seen it for this girl in years. I can't even remember how far back this goes. I know when Mama D and Bambi Mama used to get into it. That used to be funny, but no, still, like, you have went out of your way to make Bambi uncomfortable, and so she didn't have a choice but to respond. And so you bring people on, you bring on the Ericas of the world, or you bring on the diamonds of the world, or you know, and y'all go in on this lady even when this lady hadn't said anything. You made a diss track about her, like all of it. As long as your prince You fight your prince's battles, right? That's what we doing. Anyway, Mama D asked Bambi, is she okay? She said that she wants her grandkids, I'm just paraphrasing, y'all. She tells Bambi that she wants the grandkids to be happy. She asks her if, she asked Bambi if they can be in a good place. Bambi was like, listen, I don't know if this is genuine or performative. It gave me performative, and we know performative Mama D. But it's a little part of me feels like, she a little serious. But I ain't gonna hold you. 99.99% of me feel like this shit is disingenuous. Mama D said God is dealing with her. Okay, Deborah. Bambi said everyone, she said in her confessional, over the years, basically everyone has treated me poorly, and and she was crying. I'm telling you, this lady just is frustration. It's tears of frustration. That shit is frustrating. Dealing with families who just don't see it for you. And it's not, just that turmoil that you have, and they're always expecting you to show up, and you just have to show up. You have to always be the one to do the right thing, and I understand. So she was crying again. I was like, wow. So Bambi asked her about the christening. Like, why wasn't I notified? Why wasn't I invited? She said, well, since the things was going on between you and Scrappy, and did she say she didn't want it? She didn't say she didn't want to invite her. She didn't invite her based on everything that was happening between them. And even though things are happening between them, you still have to put that shit aside, because y'all was supposed to tell Bambi. I don't give a damn who was doing what with what. You still was supposed to tell Bambi. So we find out that Bambi hasn't been invited to anything. Bambi don't come around. She don't notify them, and they don't notify her. So Bambi gave her baby a birthday party that Scrappy did not show up to. Again. So Mama D was like, oh, he gonna have to take that up with God. You know what? I get it. You can't tell your son what to do. But it would be nice for you to have a conversation with your raggedy ass son. You tell him about everything else, and you can't tell him this. And we all know, especially with Shakira, because she don't mind voicing her shit. And I feel like Shakira is his biggest karma when it comes to being a baby mama. So Mama D said, we're going to work on our relationship moving forward, and they both agreed that they'll notify each other on more family events. But if I was Bambi, I just wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it. Not me. So Scrappy, back in Puerto Rico, Scrappy toast to everybody for being there. He wants them to put things out on the table. This is Scrappy being messy, but he's trying to smooth it out by making it look like, oh, let's just be nice. This is a moment to be messy and get some shit going. Okay, so Carly wants Selma and Erica to hash out their situation. She was like, well, I heard Erica's side, but Selma, I haven't heard your side. And why do you want to hear my side? But Selma was a good sport. She takes this moment to explain things, her why she felt, she felt how she felt. And, she thought that, she said no. She thought Erica said no to her because of some beef, with a producer. I don't know. All of that stuff that was happening. And they hashed their stuff out. I still feel like at that time, I feel like Erica's delivery was on bullshit. Like, I just feel like it was on bullshit. And again, that same, she acted like she was above Selma in that moment. So Ashley decides to, because nobody really asked Ashley if she had anything to discuss. And earlier that day, Spice told her we can talk about this another time. I feel like Spice wasn't gonna never talk to her. I feel like Spice was just gonna put it off. So for a person like Ashley, let's just talk about it. So Ashley asked her, what's going on between us, because these 3 different events happened between us. Other than that, I really don't know what's going on. And she was like, there's a lot of tension. And it was because Spice again created that tension. I wasn't mad at I wasn't mad at Ashley for asking it. Is she annoying? Absolutely. She is extremely annoying to me. So Spice decided to take this moment to be an asshole. And I just come here to have a good time and da-da-da-da-da. Girl, when I tell y'all Spice just be pissing me off. Y'all Spice be pissing me off. So Zane kind of hopped in. He didn't say too much. He was just saying something about, we don't get to pick and choose. And so Spice called him a cheater, a little cheater, or something she said. Scrappy tells Zane, not to get in the middle of their stuff. And I was like, I wasn't mad at it. Like, I just feel like collectively Zane, Ashley, and Spice were, and a little bit of Scrappy, was annoying as a mother today. Like, they needed some type of drama. They needed some type of drama, so it had to come from somewhere. So I feel like Spice wanted to have an issue with Ashley, because instead of you just saying, you know what, girl, I'm past that, you can get past anything, but you just wasn't past this. And again, I think it had more to do with Bambi and less to do with Ashley. You was just mad because she asked you, and you just took it as she going up for Bambi. I'm telling you, it has to be just that, because you can't be this mad by her asking you what does mother sucker mean. She probably was being messy. She was. But again, this that you had going on with you, yeah, it didn't warrant. It wasn't even needed. So Spice decided to be passive aggressive towards Ashley, and then she took the moment to threaten her and Zane and Ashley, talk about she'll beat their ass, and Zane was like, you know what, let's just go, because Ashley was like, beat my ass, you ain't gonna beat my ass. When I tell you, I was so annoyed by her voice. I was like, girl, shut up. Low key Spice will beat your ass, but you never know. So after Zane get up and leave and take his wife with him, Scrappy was like, no, why y'all leaving? Scrappy, you see all of this tension here. You see all this tension like everybody else. Ray Charles and what's the other one name? Stevie Wonder can see the tension. Okay? Scrappy, please stop playing in our face. So as they leave, everything calmed down. Spice still piping up. Girl, shut up. It is over. Shut up. So Scrappy asked me DC's about him and Yandy. Why? So I don't even know what answer man DC's pulled up out of his ass, but he pulled something out of his ass enough for Carla to ask if him and Yandy are still together. I didn't even know if he even answered that question. This is where the episode ended. So next week, we gonna see that Mama D will bring her ass in Puerto Rico just to tell 24 that Selma cheated on her. And I'm looking at Mama D like, bitch, I thought the Lord was dealing with you. Okay, because apparently you being used by somebody, and it ain't Jesus. You gotta be being used by Satan to travel this far just to tell somebody that their wife was cheating on him. Baby, when I tell y'all 24 finna be hot as fish grease, I'm telling y'all all of this energy come from somewhere. I feel like 24 knows about his wife. It's just that he don't want other people coming and tell him about his wife. I also do feel like this is why he was hesitant about being on the show. He thought that he was going to be able to come on his show without no issues and no nothing. He just wanted to be on here quiet and completely cool as a cucumber, no drama, no nothing. This is reality TV, sir. But baby, y'all finna piss him off. He finna be pissed off. Selma was in that truck talking about, I gotta go check on him, yada yada yada. But I'm sure Selma did it. She did it. But I think he know. I think he just don't want other people to come tell him about his wife. What I don't know don't hurt. And he probably don't want her to do it. But he just want to live a quiet life. I don't know. That's what he's giving. He's giving a bit of 24 living this little land of delusion. As long as it don't come on my front porch. Okay? So he took a piece out of Betty Wright's song. Having a piece of woman is better than having no woman. Okay? And I'm going to take what I can get. You understand? I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, if you have not, please make sure you like and subscribe on your way out. And I will see y'all tomorrow when I upload Sisters, the season finale. All right.